Okay, yeah, we're on the podcast right now. We just figured, we've been talking about you, and I don't want to be talking behind your back. I feel like we should have the conversation with you. So I guess like my main question is there a strategy in terms of content, in terms of like how much Luce is saying publicly? What are your thoughts on that and the potential that it could get him in more trouble?
Well, first of all, he's not speaking on anything that's already not being said. He's not speaking on anything that's not in the public. And he's not giving his strategy on how he's going to beat this case either on in public. But what I will say is that everyone is forming their opinions off of hearsay, and there is no real hardcore evidence that, these incidents that they are charging him for has anything to do with what he said on a podcast. Second of all, I thought you were locked up, Adam. What's going on?
Nah, that was cap. Yeah, that was cap. But for the record, the feds, when they did come, they only wanted one thing, and I feel like this will be of special interest to you. They wanted the cease and desist from Big U in regards to Luce Cannon's first appearance on No Jumper, in which Luce basically implicated Big U in the murder of the late great Nipsey Hussle.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. And did you give them the cease and desist?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, well, there you have it. So, with that being said, I'm sure they're going to do their due diligence to see what that's about. But obviously, if, Big U, is innocent, I don't know why he would want to cease and desist, but that's his business, not ours. But what I can tell you is my husband does not deal with Big U. He does not like Big U. He has not spoken to him in years. So all of these implications and allegations are false. I will say that. And second of all, if he didn't like Nipsey, that's his business. You know what I'm saying? My husband, he does have a big mouth from time to time when he talks about certain things. But at the end of the day, he never said anything when there was an open case. Now that there's something open, I'm sure he won't say a thing in regards to that's concerned. But nonetheless, what my husband is saying and what he's talking to you guys on these podcasts are nothing that's a secret. It's things that have been said even in the public prior to him bringing it up. A lot of people in the hood knew that Big U did not like, Nipsey, and they had a little thing going on. He had contracts, all that stuff, and I'm not even from the West Coast, and I've heard that before. So, he just said things that people wanted to say that didn't have the balls to say it. That's all.
Sharice, what's up? It's Lush. How you doing?
What's up, Lesh?
Shoot your shot.
I got a, I got a question. When I saw your convo with Luce when you were basically telling him to think for himself? What is that?
Absolutely.
What do you mean by that? Like think about yourself in this situation. What do you mean by that?
Tell on Brick Baby.
What I meant by that was because, I came up with an idea to him about, helping the families with anything they need by selling merch on our sites. And, he's like, okay, well, maybe despite of all the shit that's going on, I think, we should help all the families. And like, so Big U, Brick Baby, you name it. And then I said, honey, you know what? I thought about it.
Oh.
I don't think they'll do that for you. Possibly Big Baby's wife because she's sweet. I talk to her from time to time. But Big U, heck no. So when I told him think for himself, don't even give it a rat's ass about nobody else but him. You know what I'm saying? It's not all right. And truth be told, we're trying to separate ourselves from this situation to begin with. So why even go and help them? And we got to consider the family of Rayshawn and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's what they was talking about.
That's what he meant by that.
That make a little bit more sense.
Hey, this is Andre. Is he lawyered up or is it?
Oh, he's lawyered up.
Okay.
Our lawyer bill is over $200,000. So
Okay.
Adam, I'm gonna need you to sell me some money, all right?
No.
Yeah,
not at
I
all.
got you on 200K for sure.
Okay, that's cool. I know you do. With all these podcasts that you got my husband's name in, I'm sure y'all making some money.
Little son.
I'm
But
just saying.
okay, but this was my question. Is like, to me, this feels like a situation where Luce Cannon could probably sit down with the federal agents and say, Big U did this, 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 and this, and he could probably walk out that door tomorrow. Would you encourage him to do so?
Heck no. My husband is not a snitch when it comes to things like this. He'll tell his stories and tell things online that won't pertain to an open case or shit, but he wouldn't want to put nobody in no jail. I could tell you that right now. And that's one main reason why I'm sure he won't get bail, because he's not going to go and open his mouth. Everyone else, who knows what they're doing? You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, as long as we, this is so. Oh, hold on. We got Cannon is calling me right now. Would you guys like to hold?
Of course. Why not?
That nigga crazy.
She crazy for doing all this mother.
Her response is cool, but this one you need to do the
She gonna be
least
on
talk.
Blood Talk.